Hartelijke goeiemiddag weer eens aan ons kijkers. Het is weer een groot wedstrijd. Stellenberg tegen de Worcester Drostdy. En dit is een van die hoofdkrachtmetings wat nou hier gaan plaatsvinden.
And we're here for the penultimate game of the tournament. Myself and Dila and Virgil here in the commentary booth with you this afternoon. And we're looking forward to the first full game of the tournament. Other ones have been a bit short, you know, teams just testing themselves out early on in the season. But this now features two teams that were in the top 20 last year, so they'll be really wanting to prove themselves out in this outing today.
Ja, dit is 'n dag propvol rugby. En ek glo die manne is baie lus vandag om kragte te meet saam met mekaar hierso by Worcester BOLAND LANDBOU.
So still on screen now, we can see some of the SACS guys. They just won their previous fixture. They were up against HUGENOTE and they won that game very well, 20-10. And just taking in victory there on the side of the pitch while the other two teams are warming up and getting ready to run onto the field. The atmosphere has picked up here a bit. You can see the stands are starting to get a bit full. Crowds coming in now for these last two big games of the day. This one featuring Drostdy and Stellenberg, and the final game of the day featuring the home side BOLAND LANDBOU up against GARSFONTEIN, which also should be a cracker of a match.
Ja, dan soos jy terug genoem het, dis die voorlaaste wedstryd op hierdie propvol rugbydag. Menigte rugbyspanne wat vandag kragtig gemeet het. En ons kan nie wag vir hierdie wedstryd om te begin nie. Hier is ook groot opwinding onder die skare. En dit is terecht, soos my kommentator collega Andile Manjolo opgemerk het, dat die mense is reg vir lekker hardloopbruggie.
You can feel the tension out here in the crowd. This game almost feels a little bit more serious than the rest that we watch. You know, these two sides have strong reputations and really want to take those reputations and brandish themselves again in the top 20 this year and make themselves a force to be reckoned with for the season.
Ja, en dan hierdie wedstrijd wat oor 40 minuten per helfte beslis gaan word. Vorige wedstrijde was elk 15 minuten lang. So ons sien uit na hierdie kragmeting. Beeldmateriaal van hoërskool HUGENOTE wat deurkom. Hulle het natuurlik die knie gebuig teen SACS. SACS wat die wedstrijd gewen het en hy het oorwinnaars uit die stryd getree het.
So this is the Drostdy team sheet we've got in front of us here, and you can see we've got some great players to look out for. Baxter, the fly-off, has done well. General, one of their leading players, and Drostdy will really be wanting to take a W in this game.
Ja, ek dink vir al twee spanne om sukses te bereik, gaan dit vir hulle belangrik wees om suksesvol te wees in die vaste facilities en dan ook in die losspel. So hier sien ons dan vir Hoërskool Stellenberg. Het gaan vir hulle belangrik wees dat hulle skakelbaar, Jubet en Pegram mekaar vroeg gaan vind en dan natuurlik die voorspelers wat die platform gaan lê vir die agterlyn. Is natuurlijk baie op die spel vir albei spanne. Eerste kompeterende wedstrijd. En die afrigter sal wel sien hoe werk die kombinasies en hoe is die manne se fiksheid.
Yeah, Virgil, correct. Fitness will be key in this game. It's early on in the season, so you want to make sure that your sides, you know, can keep their defensive structures and hold on to a lead when they've got themselves in a good position, not let the legs wear out as they go through.
Net so buite die skerm is dit 'n hoërskool Drostdy wat nou die veld vat. Groot applaus van die skare.
So Drostdy taking the field, they'll be playing from right to left. And Baxter got ball in hand, he'll be taking the kickoff. The ref just checking in with both sides, making sure they're ready to start this fixture. That's thumbs up from the Stellenberg side. And we're ready to get things underway. Kickoff in this fixture.
Stellenberg wat die bal verloor, kan nie die bal mooi hanteer van die skop af nie. Omgekeerde besit van Drostdy, nommer 1 wat vorentoe beweeg, Tommy Besuidenhout. Maar hy word lekker opgehou deur Stellenberg se voorspelers. Hulle dan natuurlik die omkeer besit bewerkstellig, maar die skeieregter beslis dis 'n strafskop. Hulle die bal op die grond gespeel.
Very well-deserved penalty there by Drostdy. They came in hard, came in charge. Stellenberg knocked the ball on and they capitalized on it straight away. Great bolstering run there by Besuidenhout, as you mentioned. The big loose-head prop looks like he's going to be a tough man to bring down throughout the fixture.
Ja, die Stellenberg wat nie die bal kon bemeester het van die afskop af nie. En hulle het 'n hanteringsfout begaan wat gemaak het dat hulle nie skoon bal ontvang het nie. En dit het hulle natuurlik onder druk geplaas.
And this is something we haven't seen a lot of today, the kicking tee coming out.
That's right.
So Drostdy treating this one a bit like a test match. First penalty in front of the sticks, and they give the tee to the trusty man Baxter to get the first points on the board.
Ja, ek dink is belangrik vir elke span dat wanneer hulle binne trefafstand is in die speelgebied van die opponente is dat hulle punte aanteken en Drostdy gebruik hierdie geleentheid dan ten volle.
So Baxter taking the first kick of the day.
Ja, en dit is die vlag wat te hoog gaan en dit is H.T.S Drostdy wat die wedstryd voorloop met 3 punte teenoor 0.
So fantastic kick there by Baxter. Making no mistake, getting his side the first points on the board, and Drostdy show that they're here with intent.
Pegram wat die afskop gaan behartig. Wat gaat hy maak? Hy sit hom lekker diep in. Kyk of Stellenberg by die bal mooi hanteer. H.T.S wat die bal mooi hanteer. Nou is dit die skrimskakel wat hom soek, hy kry hom uit. En dit is die heel agter daar Cohen Casper wat die bal by die kantlyn uitjaag.
So Drostdy doing well to get themselves out of their 22, get a line out just outside that they now need to defend from the Stellenberg side. Stellenberg will be keen now to get the ball in their hands and hold on to possession for a while, absorb and build a bit of pressure onto this Drostdy side.
Lyn staan wat natuurlik aan Stellenberg behoort. Dit is Jaker Kibedu wat die bal ingooi, mooi gerank deur een van die slotpaar van Stellenberg. Hulle beweeg mooi vorentoe met hierdie losgemaal. So net kyk wie is in besit van hierdie bal. Dit lyk vir my soos die 8ste man Miller. En dit is die skrimskakel Joubert wat sy manne mooi aanpraat. Stellenberg wat nou so 15 meter gewen het en nou kom hy uit.
Joubert getting the ball out to Pegram, doing really well there on the run. Stellenberg holding on to possession, and Joubert again opting to go himself this time. So Stellenberg now have themselves in a strong position. Will they get the try? Cupido there, taking in the carry this time.
Voorspelers van Stellenberg mooi skoon maak. Hy kom weer uit na die binnensenter. Hy gee en vir sy held daar kry die bal aan die buitevleuel. Hy's daar by die klein kykie en dis die verdediging van HTS wat hou. En dit is die skeieregter wat aandui dit is strafskop. Strafskop en hy word vinnig gevat deur die skrimskakel daar en hy word uitgedink by die kantlyn. What do you think, was that the right option?
Unfortunately there for Hubert, he forgot that the best defender on the field is in fact the touchline. So he may have beaten the first two, but it was easy just to drag him into touch there after he'd opted to go on the blind side. Probably should have gone, he had his backline out on the left. A lot of space, but now he's just gifted position back to Drostdy.
Lyn staan natuurlijk vir Drostdy. Hulle besluit om agter te gaan, dit werk mooi. Agste man wat die bal mooi vasmaak. Nou kom die voorspelers by. Skrimskakel vra vir hom, maar dit is die agste man van Stellenberg wat vir homself daar moeilik maak. Nou gaan hulle 'n bietjie meters vorentoe.
Drostdy backing themselves to run out of their 22, not opting for the kick. Finding a bit of space on the outside, but just can't get the ball to hand. And they've actually now gifted the ball.
Ja, Stellenberg wat omkeer besit bewerkstellig het. Nou sal op die aanval, skrimskakel van Stellenberg, Hubert wat hom soek. Hy kry hom uit, hy gee hom vir Pegram, of is dit een van die los voorspelers. Hy probeer homself vorentoe werk. Hubert wat die bal soek, hy kry uit. Hy gee hom vir Pegram. Die val die buitekant aan, hy klop twee verdedigers. Stellenberg nog steeds op die aanval. Stadige bal wat uitkom, nou sit weer Hubert. Hy kry aansluiting aan die binnekant, maar dit is die flank wat die bal verloor. En dit is H.T.S Drostdy wat kom in 'n teenaanval.
And Baxter there trying to counter, trying to beat one or two defenders, but just losing the ball there into contact. So we've had a very interesting start to this game. Both teams going at each other and feeling each other out, trying to see who's going to get ahead here.
Yeah, it's important for both teams to ensure that they keep position. What is key is that what we've seen in previous messages also is that the guys lose the ball in the contact situation and they lose the continuity.
So we've got another scrum here. Scrum's always interesting early on in the match. Forwards trying to get dominance over each other.
Twee pakvoorspelers wat mooi opweeg teen mekaar. Onder kaptein wat sy skakelmaat mooi vind. Goeie meters, nou probeer hom te beskop. Dis Elias wat nie die kantlyn opkry nie. Nou kom Stellenberg met 'n teenaanval. Dis Drostdy wat hulle keer sal moet ken. Hubert gee vir een van die voorspelers wat twee verdedigers klop. Nou sit Hubert wat hom weer soek. Hy gee hom uit na Pegram. Hy gee amper so 'n fop aangee en hy vind sy skakelmaat aan die binnekant. Hulle maak nou die bal vas. Nou sit Hubert wat hom weer vra. Kry my dan na die flank Johannes. Hy vorder so 5 meter. Hubert besluit om weer na links te speel. Nou sit Stellenberg, kan lei die voorlyn oorbrug. Die verdediging van wat H.T.S Drostdy wat hou. Hubert wat hom weer kry, Pegram. Hy gee aan vir sy nommer 8, vinnige aangee na die buite wat onder druk is, maar nou sit die buitevleuel wat wegkom.
Stellenberg doing really well here to hold on to possession, but this Drostdy defense has been incredible. Slowly creeping them back with a solid defensive line. Good structures to see so early on in the season.
Ja, ek moet vir Drostdy komplimenteer met hulle verdediging tot op hede. Hulle doen goed, nog niks mistekkels sover nie. En dit is Stellenberg wat die bal weer eens aan die kontak verloor. En dan 'n skram wat toegeken gaan word aan H.T.S Drostdy.
And that's that pressure that you build in defense when you're growing up well, you're not leaving any gaps, you're not creating any things to the opposition, so they feel like they need to try something new and then losing the ball in contact.
Luciano Ellis, wat dan ook die onderkaptein van Drostdy is, hy gaan hier die skram voer. Sal kyk hoe is die samespel tussen hom en sy losskakel Son Baxter. Hulle sal natuurlik die pas moet aangee vir H.T.S. En dis die skeieregter wat 'n strafskop aangee. H.T.S wat hom vinnig vat. Nou kom hy af as Baxter in die agterlyn. Hy gee dit vir sy binnesette, maar dit is die verdediging van Stellenberg wat hou en dis Drostdy wat nou agtertoe gedryf word onder groot druk.
It's incredible stuff here by Stellenberg. The defense, this we just spoke about, we saw from Drostdy, we're seeing now from Stellenberg, forcing the team back, forcing them into a knock-on. And that was a massive hit there that'll give his side some great confidence going in, starting to build momentum and moving forward here.
Massive tackle put in there by Stellenberg, and then they force the turnover. Well done. So Natemba Maru, our referee for this match, he's controlling things nicely there in the middle.
Must be intimidating there to stand in front of such big forwards there in the scrum, but they know that the ref is the general on the field, and he's done so well thus far.
Goeie scrum van bykant af. Joubert besluit om na rechts te speel vir Manuel. Hy kan nie verby sy opponent kom nie. Nou sit Joubert wat weer die bal soek. Hy gee my na een van die voorspelers toe, nommer 4 slot in die vorm van Cowley. Hy verloor die bal weer in die kontak en nou sit HTS wat kom in 'n teenaanval.
And Baxter going to the boot, spotted a bit of space outside, but the wind just holding the ball up. But that's a fantastic kick. Stellenberg could do nothing but nurse it into touch. And Drostdy now had themselves some great field position.
Uitstekende skoppie daar van die heel agter Jasper. Hy kry die bal uit by die kantlyn en dit is sy span wat op 'n aanvallende lyn staan nou kan net. Eerste lyn staan vir Drostdy. Ons kyk of Swart sy springers gaan vind in vorm van Viljoen en De Pre. Bal is ingegooi, dit lyk of dit bietjie skeef is, maar die referee sê dis fine. Nou sit Drostdy wat vorentoe beweeg, goeie loopie daar deur Cisse van Rensburg, die kaptein van die span. Drostdy vinnig balbesit kry, maar die skeieregter sê strafskop. Goeie verdediging daar van Stellenberg op die grond.
And what we've seen from all of these sides here today is, again, great technical ability at Bracktown, being able to force the turnover, and it's not just the loosies that are getting down. You can see these guys have been well drilled, well coached in the technique and the art of stealing the ball at the rack.
Ja, albei spanne sal moet seker maak dat hulle kompeterend is by die afbrekke. En dit is nou Stellenberg wat nie die bal kan uitskop en nou kom HTS met 'n teenaanval. Dit kan baie gevaarlik wees, maar daar's 'n hanteringsfout in die middelveld. En is omkeer besit, Stellenberg, Joubert. Hy kry die bal, gee vir sy slot, maar daar probeer oor die voorin kom. Weer Joubert. Stellenberg wat die meeste besit het sover. En hulle kan nie oor die voorin kom nie. Dit is die verdediging van die HTS wat baie sterk is. Nou sit hy heel agter van Stellenberg wat aan die buitekant hardloop. Hy vind aansluiting by sy vleuelmaat. Manuel, hy het een verdediger geklop. Dit is Joubert wat hom weer soek. Stadige bal wat kom en dit is HTS wat die bal op die grond wen. Maar dit is die skeieregter wat beslis dat hy dit onwettig gedoen.
And that's unfortunate there for Drostdy. They thought they got themselves a breakaway try there, but Stellenberg had themselves a penalty.
Albei spanne wat op die stadium ongedisciplineerd is op die grond en wat die reëls oortree. En ons het nou al 'n hele paar strafkoppe gesien waar die skeieregter albei spanne gepenaliseer het.
So Joubert now opts to go to the boot, get the scrum, or get the line out rather on the 5, and we might just see a rolling more. It's not something that we've seen a lot of today, but they have a big forward pack that may be looking to set this one up.
Ja, het is belangrik dat hulle groot voorspelers moet gebruik, aanvallende lyn staan vir Stellenberg. Die bal wat aan die agterkant gevang word, kan hulle goeie platform lê, hulle is op 'n aanvallende posisie. Joubert kry vir sy Peggerum. Hy word vasgeloop daar teen die verdediging van HTS. Nou sit weer Joubert, gee uit vir sy slotmaat. Hy klop een. HTS wat sterk is op die verdediging, Joubert wat hom soek. Nou kry hy hom uit, hy's 'n fop aangee wat hy daar gee. En dit is skeieregter beslis dat dit is 'n strafskop en dat daar obstruction was.
Yeah, no, you can't just run into the defenders like that. Got to try and run for the space. Running into the defenders, taking them out of the game, not being able to make the tackle. So correct call there by the referee. And Drostdy now have an opportunity to get themselves out of their own half.
Indeed, it's almost as if they are struggling with their decision making around key situations on the field.
Oh, Joubert, incredible hands there to keep the ball into play. And he really, really does look like the player to watch for the Stellenberg side. And this man too, keep an eye on him, Manuel, the winger. He's small with a scrum cap, but he's got quick feet. And the ball keeps finding him out on the wing, and I'm sure we'll see him with a try before the end of this game, the way he's played thus far.
Stellenberg wat so ver spog met al die besit, maar hulle kon dit ongelukkig nog nie omdraai punte nie. Nou sal op die aanval. Hubert wat die bal kry onder groot druk daar van HTS af. En die skeieregter wat sy vlaggie omhoog het en beslis dat hulle daar by die kantlyn uit is.
That was unfortunate for Hubert. The ball just spilled out. He had to make a play on it, otherwise it could have been turned over in a breakaway try. But now it's led to possession going over to Drostdy. But Drostdy a bit under the cosh here. They've been very under pressure. They've been trapped in their own half for a long time now. And Stellenberg have done really, really well thus far. Set piece looking good.
Yeah, Stellenberg obviously not allowing HTS to play their natural game. Langstaan wat gewen word daar die HTS. Bal wat opgedra word, een van die voorspelers. Nou sit Luciano, gee die bal uit vir Baxter. Die besluit om te skop. En hy vind die kantlyn net so 5 meter van die middellyn af.
Incredible touch finder there by Baxter, really relieving the pressure and pushing Drostdy up the field.
Ja, albei spanne wat natuurlik hulle self onder groot druk plaas, deurdat hulle nie kompeterend is by die afbreekpunte nie en dan toelaat dat die oppositie die bal vir hulle spoil. Misverstand daar tussen die skakelpaar van Stellenberg, maar hulle maak hom mooi reg en die bal kom uit hier aan die buitekant. Dit is 'n hele agter Hickley wat met 'n goeie loop hier kom en hy gee aan vir Hubert met geen verdediging voor hom. Hy kan Hubert die 3 druk. Dis die verdediging wat hou, wat beslis die skeieregter, hy sê dis Hubert wat vorendag kom in die eerste 3 vir Stellenberg.
And he's been a name that's been on our lips for the first 15 minutes of this game. He's been in everything and every play that they've had, and it's his magic touch that ends up finishing the try under the sticks there. It wasn't an easy try. He had to be 2-3 defenders on his way to the line, but he had great work there, and that was well set up for him by his fullback there, Hickley, who did some great work in the initial stages.
Ja, mooi stukkie hardwerk deur Hickley en hy het natuurlik vir Hubert in die spasie gesit. Hy moes hard werk om die 3 te druk met 2 verdedigers op hom, maar hy het uiteindelik die 3 gedruk reg onder die pale.
And Stellenberg showing that Drostdy can go for the 3, but Stellenberg are here to play some running rugby and get themselves the first try of the game and an easy kick to follow. So they lead now 7 points to 3. Great conversion there by Pegram.
Stellenberg wat uiteindelik hulle balbesit omskakel in punte en hulle afrigters sal baie gelukkig wees.
So here we see Jaden Hickley again beating 1, 2, then giving it to Hubert. Now look at this. He beats one, beats another. Now he's got 2, 3 men holding on to him. Still manages to get himself over the line and put the ball down. It's incredible work by the diminutive scrum half. And Baxter gets us underway with a long, high, hanging restart. And Drostdy managed to get possession, so fantastic kick by Baxter. Contestable for his side, but Stellenberg doing great work at the breakdown again. And it looks as if they may have turned this one over. But no, the ref has got his arm out for Drostdy. Not rolling away seems to be the call. And Baxter now looking to dink the ball into touch and get his side some field position.
Ja, albei spanne ongedisciplineerd by die afbreekpunte en hulle staan strafskoppe af wat natuurlik vir hulle oppositie die geleentheid gee om punte aan te teken of om gebiedsvoordeel te wen. Dis natuurlik 'n aanvallende lyn staan vir HTS. Dit is nou die tweede keer wat hulle in die kwartgebied van Stellenberg is. Mooi bal daar gevang deur Heinrich Nodee. Kan HTS kom met 'n suksesvolle dryf maar skrimskakel Luciano Ellis wat die bag uitgee. Nou sit sy agste man wat oor die verdedigende lyn kom. Goeie werk daar deur Stellenberg by die afdekpunte. Baxter wat 'n mooi bal kry op die hoek wat hy hardloop. Nog steeds is dit HTS wat vorentoe beweeg, maar dit lyk of hulle bal verloor het in die kontak. Nou sit Stellenberg wat kom met 'n teenaanval. Een van hulle groot losvoorspelers wat so 10 meter gevoor het. Kan Hubert die 3-3-ker van vinnige bal besit kry. Pegram wat die bal kry, besluit om te skop, maar die bal wat afgestorm was, die een van die HTS spelers. Nou sit die vleuel van HTS. Baxter wat kom met 'n teenaanval. Moet sy ondersteunende spel van HTS wat goed is sover. Nou is dit die skrimskakel wat wyd speel na regs. Baxter wat besluit om te skop. Kyk hier of die regte vleuel kan uitkom, maar dit is die kantlyn wat wen. Goeie stukkie speelwerk daar van HTS.
Frenetic rugby, difficult to keep up with the pace of the game there. Both teams doing really, really well in attack and defense. We're seeing turnovers all over, and Drostdy now have themselves a great position.
Lyk of jy beheer vir daardie skop waargeneem het. Goeie skop. En die bal is by die kantlyn net so 10 meter van die halflyn af.
So Stellenberg now have themselves a line out on their own 10-meter line. They're a side that's not afraid to run the ball out. We've seen some great play there by their backs. But this Drostdy side have also been strong in defense. So they'll want to make sure there's no gaps for Stellenberg to run into.
Stellenberg weer op die aanval. Goeie lyn staan wat hulle gewen het op hulle eie ingooi. Hierins het die bal wat in die kontak verloor het. Kan HTS kom met 'n goeie teenaanval. Die bal wat deur na die vleuel toe beweeg. En weer eens is dit die hanteringsfoute wat inkom. En dit is die vleuel geland wat die bal nie kon beheer nie.
And that's unfortunate for Gelant. If he'd caught that one, he had no one out in front of him out on the left touch line. He had some space, and we can see that he's got some gas to burn, so he'll be very disappointed in himself for that one. Drostdy doing really well. Great hand shown on the counter-attack to create that space. Gelant just unfortunate not being able to capitalize.
Ek moet sê sover as die scrums baie kompeterend. Al twee voorrye hulle is kompeterend en dit sterk, en dit is die skrimskakels wat goeie bal kry in die agterkant.
So looking closer now at the scrum, you can see they've got a big pack this Drostdy side. Tommy Besaidenote, the lucid prop, big man there, marshalling the scrum. You can see him now closest to the screen, and he'll be wanting to make sure his pack go forward and try and turn the scrum over. Bad, waiting for his call to put the ball in, and the scrum just collapsing there. Both front rows still trying to see which one has the better hold over the other. If you look at it closely again, tighted prop from Drostdy, just losing his footing there at that moment as the ball is about to be put in. So the ref will be watching him closely now in the second scrum.
Die beer wat die bal ingooi. Kry hom uit na Pegram. Volpam gee hy. Nee, hy gee hom uit vir sy binnemaat. Hy klop een verdediger. HTS wat sterk is op die verdediging op die stadium. Die beer besluit om te skop. En dit is die heel Jasper wat die bal mooi hanteer. Hy besluit om vinnig te speel. En nou sit HTS wat vinnig kom. En dit is die skrimskakel wat besluit om die bal af te veld of te skop.
And at the back there, he finds Hickley. Hickley running through, trying to break a couple of defenders. You've already seen him break the line before, so you back him again, running in.
Stellenberg wat nog 5 meter vorder. As jy weer nou vinnige bal kry, kan hulle vir HTS onder groot druk plaas en hulle besluit om links te speel. Man wat sterk is in die kontaksituasie. Opgetel, by die losgemaak. Twee voorspelers wat vorentoe beheer, die twee slotmaat.
It's a great pick up and go, and great work up in combinations by the two locks, working well together.
Pegram het die bal laag vat, hy speel uit na die buitekant. Sy vleuelmaat word hard geduik. Nou sit Hickley wat in die skrimskakelposisie kom en vleis wat goeie ondersteunende spel bied.
Drostdy small blood though, and a great turnover there at the ruck. And do we see a counter attack? Yes, we do. It's Jasper this time who breaks the last defender, and there's no one in front of him. Incredible stuff there by Jasper, and he's going to go over to put the ball under the sticks.
Uitstekende stukkie spelwerk daar deur Jasper. Hy klop 2 verdedigers en hy maak seker dat hy afrond vir HTS onder die pale.
What's been incredible by this Drostdy side is their ability to go and turn over the counters and create space. At the counter, they've got great hands and they know what they're doing. They execute their counter attack so well, and here we see it again. Jasper had the ball, beat 2-3, great fend there at the end, and then knew that he had an easy coast to get himself under the poles.
Ja, ek moet sê die lyn wat hy gehardloop het en die bal wat hy ontvang het van sy loskakel son Baxter, dit het die groot verskil gemaak en dit het seker gemaak dat hy die 3 kan gaan druk.
So Baxter, the creator of that try, will now look to add the 2 points and take his side back ahead in this fixture, giving them a 3-point lead if he can get this one over.
Ja, Baxter maak seker en hy's suksesvol met die doelskop. En die telling is nou 10 punte vir HTS en 7 punte vir Stellenberg.
So only 5 minutes left in this first half. It's been a tight, anxious first half. Both teams playing some really, really good rugby. But Drostdy is showing that if you give them just a sniff, just an inkling of space, just a lack of numbers at ruck time, they can turn you over quickly and turn that into some points.
Pegram wat weer vir ons die spel begin het. En HTS wat 'n fout begaan en die bal wat by die kantlyn uitgaan. Ek moet sê dat wanneer HTS die bal moet bemeester van die afskop af het, is hulle onder geweldige druk en Stellenberg wat dit natuurlik uitbuit.
Cupido now throws in, but his throw not finding the jumper this time, and Drostdy turning over possession. So that's Elias now at the base of the ruck.
Goeie loopie daar van die hakker. Nou sit HTS wat op die aanval is. Mooi ondersteunende spel van die buitesenter. Nou sit weer Baxter met sy 3-drukker. Verkeerde opsie daar wat hy uitgevoeg het, Jasper. Hy moes net die bal deur die hande laat gaan het en dan sal hulle verseker 3 gedruk het.
If Jasper just looked outside of him, he had Galant, who we saw earlier, has pace to burn, probably wanted to make up for that knock-on he'd made a little bit earlier on in the fixture, and almost would have been a certain try there, but Jasper maybe feeling a bit too confident after his last score, looking to go it alone and get the chip over. But sometimes it's the simple things that work out in rugby, you know, just keeping it in the hands. But Drostdy have possession still. Stellenberg piling into that ruck, but looks like Elias has his hands on the ball and gets it out to Baxter. So Baxter chips over the top, but Manuel smart to call the mark. Manuel now has been starved of a bit of ball, hasn't had a lot of space, but I still think this is a key man to watch throughout this game, and looks like he's got a hefty boot on him too, but he's going to find Gelant out on the wing.
Nou sit HTS op die aanval. Dit is 'n gevaarlike heel agter Jasper, hy kom uit deur die gaping. Nou moet hy ondersteunende spel bykom as hulle nie kan uitgooi. En dit is die H.T.S. twee haker wat weer na binne speel vir die nommer 8. En dit is HTS, Drostdy wat hulle tweede druk. Aan die vorm van CJ van Rensburg, hulle kaptein. Maar mooi stukkie spelwerk daar van die heel agter Cohen Jasper wat die gaping slaan. En hy vind die aansluiting aan die buitekant van sy haker af. Well worked trial from HTS Drostdy.
And as they say, Captain Spunny Sailor, and it was the captain himself, CJ van Rensburg, got himself a fantastic try over there. And it was that danger man again, Jasper, broke through the heart of the defense and just left them wide open. Saw the captain on his outside. Captain thought he didn't have the legs to get there. As you look at the highlights again, there's Jasper. And this time, finding the pass, finding his captain thinking, let me have the presence of mind to send it back outside and then get the ball back in and finish off with a wonderful swan dive.
Ek moet sê dat elke keer wanneer die HTS die bal gekry het, dan het hulle punte aangeteken en dit is die verskil tussen die twee spanne is dat wanneer Stellenberg bal besit het, dan is hulle nie noodwendig so gou om punte aan te teken nie, maar dis HTS wat vir hulle wys hoe om dit te doen.
And that's an important score just before the end of the half there. Unfortunately, Baxter was not able to add the 2 points, but Drostdy still find themselves with a healthy lead. At least 2 scores now for Stellenberg to get themselves back into the game. So Drostdy now ahead by 15 points to 7. And Pegram now, he'll be going for the kickoff. Will Stellenberg look just to add some points before the end of the half so that they can get themselves some confidence and momentum going into the second half?
Ja, ek dink dit sal in hulle gedagte wees en hulle sal wil verhoed dat daar HTS nog punte aanteken, maar HTS is baie gevaarlik wanneer hulle bal in die hand het. En hier kom HTS weer. Hulle vind dit baie maklik om die verdediging van Stellenberg deur te gaan. En is dit weer die agterste driehoek van HTS. En dis die bal wat vorentoe geskop word deur Baxter, opgevolg word deur die linkervleuel. HTS wat die bal weer kry, maar dit is die skeieregter wat wys hulle het oortree. En dit is 'n strafskop aan Stellenberg nadat HTS oortree het.
And Stellenberg will be lucky to get away with that one there. We almost saw another try coming through from the Drostdy side, but Hubert opting to slow things down, go for the kick. Coming towards us here in the commentary booth. Thought we were going to get into the game, but alas, the ball just didn't travel.
Ek moet sê die agterste driehoek van HTS is baie gevaarlik geland. As hy saam met sy losskakelson Baxter opling, kan hulle groot verwoesting saai hier so vir Stellenberg.
So Cupido now looking, hopefully he'll find his jumper this time, and he does. But Hubert just unable to hold on to the ball. Great pressure there by Drostdy. And that's the big man, HUGENOTE. Oh, even showing some incredible offloads on the inside, but went into touch, and the ref calls that for the first half. And it's been a very exciting first half of rugby. 2 sides that have really come here to play rugby and get one over the other. And Drostdy seem to be the more dangerous side at this stage. They've been clinical. Every time they get the ball in a good position, they score points. And Stellenberg will be wanting to try and quell that momentum going forward.
Yeah, I must say that is the difference between the two teams at the moment. That whenever Drostdy's got possession and they're on the attack, they're more than likely to convert the attack to points as what Stellenberg is doing.
So we look at the 2 sides now at half-time. Coaches will have some interesting things to say to them. Drostdy coach will tell them, keep up the defense. It's been incredible. Keep up the clinical work, but also he'll probably want them to hold on to the ball a little bit more. They spent a lot of this half without ball in hand. The talk in the opposite side of the camp, there may be different. Stellenberg coach letting his side know they're dominating possession. They're finding themselves in good places. Now they've got to be patient and be clinical so that when they're in those good positions, they turn those into points.
He gets ready for Saturday morning cricket, an hour before he has to. He practices his swing, telling anyone who'll listen that one day he'll face the best cricketers in the world. His dad hasn't told him yet that they've got tickets to the upcoming test match. Protect your future memories by ensuring the one thing that makes your son's dreams possible, your income. Follow the link to learn more about Liberty's income protection. Liberty, the advantage of knowing.
So we're back here, almost ready for the second half of this game. You can see the sides there in the team huddle. Drostdy here in the white and red. And we're looking up close now at the side. They've had an incredible first half. We're there on the shoulder of the man of the first half, Jasper, who scored one, set up one, and has been clinical thus far. Stellenberg, good side as well. They've been really in this game. They've had most of the possession, and they'll now want to turn that possession into crucial points. As we said in the beginning of this game, both of these sides were top 20 sides last year, so they'll really want to get a first win under the belt and put themselves back in one of those positions again. See the passion there by the coach. And it's wonderful scenes out here in LANDBOU. Honestly, one of the greatest days that you could have to play rugby. The wind is just there, it's a light breeze, just to keep the players a bit cool as they're running through, but it's dry underfoot, beautiful green grass, cushiony almost, very different from a lot of the fields we've seen in Cape Town. And these sides have been enjoying playing some great running rugby on these fields, and we're looking forward to what should be a fantastic second half. So there we go, H.T.S, Drostdy, looking to keep up this momentum in the second half. You can see some scenes in the background. It's great to be here at this beautiful high school, LANDBOU. And again, wonderful, and thank you to them for hosting such a fantastic tournament. We've seen some excellent teams out here, some great running rugby, and ending off with what should be the spectacle of the day. The home school in front of their home crowd, LANDBOU. You can see the main stand starting to fill up because they know their school's coming in soon. But their game won't be easy. They're playing against a strong GARSFONTEIN side, and they'll really be wanting to take away the W in this one. The hooter, you may have just heard in the background as the referee settles both teams. Pegram got ball in hand. Stellenberg this time playing from right to left on your screens, and he's the one who kicks us off for the second half. So it's a deep kick, high and hanging, finds Elias, who looks to find his flyer partner Baxter. Baxter finds Van Sale. Baxter again. Oh, Baxter's been incredible in this game. Really good at general and marshalling the game, and isn't afraid to carry the ball into contact. So Elias now at the base of the scrum, sees a bit of space, but the bounce doesn't go his way, but does well to field up his kick very well. Great tackle there by him as well. So Elias now, his side have the ball again, getting it out to the left-hand side of the pitch. And Drostdy picking up where they left off in the second half with some great attacking play. And now they're going through the tight head prop. Brerencamp. Elias finds HUGENOTE this time, but unfortunately HUGENOTE couldn't hold on to the ball, and Stellenberg now have possession. Hubert clearing it out at the base of the ruck. And great box kick by him. Finds Gelant at the back. He sends it over to Jasper. They'll be wary of this man, and he cuts 2-3 again. 4. Jasper, incredible stuff. They're really going to have to watch his counter attacks from the back. Not someone you want to kick aimless balls to.
Ja, ek moet sê Jasper, hy was 'n groot doring in die vlees van Stellenberg sover. En dieselfde vir sy vleuelmaat. Die agterste driehoek van H.T.S baie gevaarlik op die stadium.
And that's Jansen, the other wing, trying to get on in the action. Drostdy doing incredibly well, and I think he's got that over. The ref taking a look. And the try's been given. Incredible stuff by Christy Grobele. He did well, he had 3 men hanging on to him, but he used those long arms of his to pull a fantastic 4 move and get that ball over. Great try by the outside center.
Ek moet sê, uitstekende spelwerk van HTS. Elke keer as hulle in die half kort gebied van Stellenberg kom, dan teken hulle punte aan, en soos jy genoem het daar, die gevaarman, die heel agter van HTS, hy is baie gevaarlik. Elke keer as hy die bal raak, klop hy verdedigers en sit hy sy span op die voorvoet.
And this is exactly what the coaches would have wanted coming into the second half. I'm sure the Drostdy coach would have said, you guys go in, you get yourselves on the scoreboard first, and we'll see how Stellenberg handle the pressure. But here we look at Jansen getting in on the action and then giving the ball out to Van Sale, who made a great run. So Elias sends it out thereafter. And now we look at Grobele. Look at that, the leg drive. He had 3 men on him, but he still managed to get the ball over the line.
Ek moet sê die werketiket van albei spanne is uitstekend. En dit is die losskakel, Son Baxter wat dan ook slaag met die doelskop en dit skuif die telling op na 22 vir Drostdy en 7 punte vir Stellenberg.
And now all of a sudden Stellenberg find themselves 2-3 scores behind, and they're really going to have to work hard to get themselves back into this fixture.
Ja, geen span wil homself in die situasie bevind soos waar Stellenberg nou is nie. Wedstryd wat begin word deur hierdie losskakel van Stellenberg. H.T.S in hierdie geval wat nie die bal kan bemeester nie.
The captain doing well to get possession back, and Baxter now looking for touch. Doesn't find touch though, finds Hubert, but Hubert and his 8th man just couldn't connect over there. That's Miller, and the two of them, good to see the camaraderie and shaking hands. You know, one of them should have just called for the ball.
Ja, is net 'n miskommunikasie tussen die twee spelers, skrimskakel Hubert en dan die 8ste man, die kaptein. Nee, ekskuus, dit is die 8ste man Miller soos jy dit reg noem. Is daar was net miskommunikasie tussen twee en daar het die hanteringsfout dan ingekruip. Al twee voorspelers wat kompeterend is in die skrams. En HTS wat tot dusver al hulle skrams gewen het. Onder kaptein wat die bal voer. Kry hom, hy gee hom uit na sy losskakel Baxter. Baie gevaarlike man, agterlyn beweging van die regte vleuel wat insny. HTS op die aanval, goeie voorvoetbal sover vir die agterlyn en vir die voorspelers. Nou sit die nommer 7 flank Nodee wat vorentoe dryf. Strafskop wat toegeken word aan HTS Drostdy. Dit is die voorspelers van Stellenberg wat nie wegrol nie en die skeieregter beslis dat hulle het geoortree.
And it looks like there might have been a chirping or a bit of chirping there to the referee, so he's moved that penalty on another 10 meters, and Drostdy just had themselves in the most ideal position you would want to be in 5 minutes into the second half.
Ja, punte vir Drostdy is dat hulle balbeheer is baie goed. Hulle vat die bal deur 'n paar fases en dan van die fases af loods hulle verskillende aanvalle en dis wanneer die agterste driehoek in spelend kom en daai manne is baie gevaarlik en jy mag nie vir hulle spasie gee nie, want dan kan dit teen jou tel.
There you can see Stellenberg just not rolling away. It's the flanker there trying to disrupt play, HERMANUS, but the ref saw his tricks and penalized him for that.
Mooi gerang daar deur Nodee. Baxter wat die lyn aanval, gee Sonnable pass vir sy hakker. Is 'n oop doellyn voor hom, wat maak hy? Skeieregter beslis hy druk hom. Nog 'n 3 mooi 3 gedruk deur Benicio Kamfer, die nommer 6 flank van HTS Drostdy. Hierdie man is baie gevaarlik aan die.
And Comfort there, you know, he reminds me of a bit of a Zane Davids.
Yes.
He's got that same build, he's got that speed, and he's not afraid of taking anyone in front of him. We saw him earlier, the ref had to pull him back, it was penalized when he made a break up the touchline, but this time, after that wonderful sunny ball pass from his fly-off Baxter, he finished off a fantastic try. And I don't think that's the last we've seen of this man in this game. He's caused a lot of trouble for the defense thus far.
Ja, die manne van Drostdy wat lus lyk om te hardloop en die verdediging van Stellenberg wat eenvoudig net die antwoord het vir hierdie span van Drostdy. En daar sien ons weer eens hoe Baxter 'n sonnyball pass aan die agterkant uitgee vir sy hakker Benicio Kamfer. Hy moes 3-4 manne klop daar, baie hard werk om hierdie 3 te kry en hy druk hom.
And you've got to say, that's just a fantastic finish. Had the ball in both hands, stretching out, and still made sure to keep onto possession and not knock it on, as we've seen a lot of even professional players do in those kinds of scenarios.
Stelskop wat natuurlik suksesvol is. Son Baxter wat slaag met sy agtereenvolgende doelskop en dit is die telling wat nou opskuif na 29 punte vir Drostdy en 7 vir Stellenberg. Stellenberg wat eenvoudig net nie in hierdie wedstryd is nie. Die voorspelers wat nie 'n platform lê vir die agterlyn om enigsins iets te werk nie. Ook die losskakel van Stellenberg wat nie in die wedstryd is op die stadium nie.
And Stellenberg now, they shouldn't count themselves out. There's quite a bit of time left in this game, so they can get a bit of composure and get that possession that they had in the first half. They may just be able to get back into this one. But Drostdy again looking to run out of their 22. Counter-ruck looks good from Stellenberg. But it seems as if Elias has his hands on the ball at the back there. So that's all Baxter. Just, you could see that he'd seen the play in front of him before he'd caught the ball in his hands, and a crucial knock-on in a dangerous area actually. And Stellenberg now have themselves their first attacking set piece here in the second half.
Een van die min dinge wat ons sien na hanteringsfout wat deur H.T.S Drostdy begaan is in hulle 22e gebied, en dit is korrek soos wat jy opgemerk het aan dele. Dis 'n uitstekende geleentheid vir Stellenberg om punte te kan aanteken. Hulle is in 'n gulde geleentheid in die middel vlak voor die pale in die kwartgebied van HTS, en as hulle net hier 'n goeie platform kan lê en punte aanteken, sal dit vir die afrigtingkorps van Stellenberg baie goed laat voel.
So Stellenberg now the strong scrum, and that's Miller who picks up from the back of the scrum, but well tackled. That's Cupido now with ball in hand, strong carry by him, and Hubert sends it out again. Oh, great step on the inside.
Het lyk of die plaasvervanger losskakel Hedlon op die veld is in die plek van Pegram vir Stellenberg. Verdediging van H.T.S Drostdy wat uitstekend is. Hulle dryf die aanvallers van Stellenberg eenvoudig net terug. Weer eens 'n fout wat Stellenberg begaan om die bal te verloor in die kontak. En ek moet sê dat hierdie foute wat inkruip elke keer dan stuit dit die momentum van Stellenberg om enigstens punte aan te teken of noemenswaardig iets te doen in die kwartgebied van H.T.S Drostdy.
Yeah, Butterfingers again, just getting in the way of Stellenberg there. They had great field position, they had numbers on the outside, and now they now find themselves in a scrum that they need to defend. Drostdy have the ball, and they must be wary of this Drostdy side. You never know whether they're going to kick, counter with ball in hand, and that just makes them dangerous. But that's Paulson there. You can see him jinxing 1-2, beating 2 defenders, but being dragged down there at the end.
Ek moet sê Andile, die groot verskil vir my is die twee pakke voorspelers, veral in die losspel, waar as jy kyk na die flanke, die twee flanke, Benicio die 3-drukker en Heinrich Nodé, hulle is baie betrokke in die losspel en hulle kom oor die voordeellyn, en dis die verskil tussen die twee spanne waar Stellenberg nie spelers het wat vir hulle oor die voordeellyn kan bring nie.
Yeah, and it's that go-forward ball that you want. You want to get over the advantage line. And here's Elias again, showing those quick feet of his. So the ref saying they went 10 meters back. So Elias lucky there. Had possession to hold up. But Drostdy now have themselves a penalty. And looks as if they might tap and go this one. Confidence high in this team right now. So there we see Tommy Besaidenote with a bolstering run up the middle of the field. He's not afraid to carry the ball.
Stadige bal vir Drostdy. Onderkaptein wat kry vir sy aanvallende loskakelmaat. Nou sit hier die agterste driehoek wat bykom. Dis die hakker op die buite vleuel. Word goed grond toe gebring deur Stellenberg. Die bal wat moeilik gemaak word om terug te kom. Nou sit Stellenberg met 'n bietjie balbesit. Hulle wat bietjie oor die voordeel kom.
Stellenberg doing really well at that ruck, pushing over, running through, and Hubert with a box kick.
Hubert wat besluit om te skop. Hy vind die onderkaptein wat aansluiting soek by die gevaarlike Jasper. Hy het nou al 2-3 gemaak.
They've got their eye on Jasper this half though, and 2-3 men bring him down.
Nou is die bal wat weer uitkom, nou is dit aan die agterkant van HTS, bal wat verlore gaan in die kontak. Omgekeerde besit wat bewerkstellig word, en die afrigter sal nie gelukkig wees met daardie incident daar nie, dat die speler die bal in die kontak situasie verloor het.
We've got a man down there in the middle of the park. It looks like it might be the big man, Tommy Besaidenote. So we look the highlights here again. Elias trying to beat that defender, but Paulson said, nope, sir, not today. And it is the big man, Besaidenote, who seems to be coming off the field. And he's being replaced now by Trevor Loubser. And Loubser will be excited. You're coming onto the field and the first thing you get to do is prove yourself at scrum time.
Ja, dis die voorspelers van H.T.S. Drostdy wat natuurlik die oorhand het oor Stellenberg. En vars bene in die vorm van Trevor Loubser wat nou op die veld kom. En hy sal natuurlik meer energie aan die voorspelers verskaf. En dan die loskakel Son Baxter, baie groot gevaarman wat aansluiting kry met sy loskakel Cohen Jasper. En dan die regtervleuel Rowan Jansen wat as hy ook aansluit is daai agterste driehoek baie gevaarlik van H.T.S. Drostdy.
So plays back underway here, and we've got a scrum. And we're almost halfway through the first half, and Drostdy have very much stamped their mark on this game thus far. They've had an incredible start to the second half. They've just further increased that lead that they came in with, and they're making themselves a formidable side this year.
Ek moet sê aan dele Drostdy hulle oorheers op hierdie stadium die losspel. En wanneer die voorspelers of die agterspelers in spel kom, hardloop hulle met intent. En hulle wil daai voordeellyn van Stellenberg wil hulle oorskry en deurbreek wat hulle ook dan doen.
So now we see Stellenberg, the ball popping out at the back, but doing well to retain possession, but the pass just not going to hand. And Jansen putting the pressure on, finding Grobler. Grobler fends the would-be tackler. And that's Elias now who has the ball at the base, tries to go it himself.
Stellenberg onder geweldige druk. H.T.S 5 meter van die doellyn af. En dit lyk of die voorspelers vorentoe dryf.
It just shows you how important it is to find that pass. A missed pass, ball bouncing. Jansen himself could sniff the blood in the water, and he put the pressure on, and look where he's side on now.
En die skeieregter wat die 3 toeken aan een van die voorspelers, nommer 5, wat die 3 druk, Gysbert Dupree. Hy is die 3 drukker. Of is dit nee, dis nie 3 nie, verskoon my, it's not a try.
It's actually a penalty there. The ref saying Drostdy holding on to the ball. So Stellenberg had themselves an opportunity to kick the ball out and have a line out now on the 10 meter. But this back three of Drostdy, so dangerous. I think Stellenberg realized now that they can't kick aimlessly to any of these back three because they'll make you suffer for it.
En dan natuurlijk daai druk het gekom oor 'n aangee wat mis aangegee was en die speler kon nie die bal beheer nie wat natuurlik vir H.T.S Drostdy op die voorvoet gesit het.
So Cupido goes to the back this time and finds his man. So Stellenberg now have the ball out on the right hand side of the field, and they've found some great space out there. Steps in, steps out, but loses the ball in the contact
die
again.
Finale aangee wat net nie na hand toe kan gaan nie en 'n gilde geleentheid vir Stellenberg om punte aan te teken daarmee heen. I think that's been the story of their life today, is that the final pass just can't go to hand.
And it's just that accuracy to be clinical, to finish off what was again another fantastic move. But they just couldn't finish it off. We look at it here again in the highlights. You can see the skip pass, creating the space on the outside. And there, that's a man, we've seen him before, Hickley. Jordan Hickley creating the space for his winger. And that's the man we spoke about, Manuel. I told you, give him a bit of space and he's going to create some damage. And you saw he had Jasper on the ropes there. Inside, outside, and just trying to get in that final pass was unsuccessful. So Elias now distributes it out. Van Sale losing it though, and Stellenberg now have a great opportunity if they can spread this ball, but Hickley taking it backwards but doing well to retain possession, but the ref calling it back, giving Stellenberg better position if they take the scrum out where it was originally knocked on by Drostdy's inside centre Van Sale.
Skeieregter wat aandui dat daar was 'n hanteringsfout en dis hoekom hy die manne terugbring.
Jordan Hickley, who is there on screen, also a man who's out to show that He's a dangerous man too to give the ball to if you put him in a bit of space. And the Stellenberg backline have set up an interesting formation here. And we may just see an interesting set move come from this one.
Plaasvervanger skrimskakel op die veld, maar die bal wat geonderskep word deur die vleuel van HTS. Rowan Jansen, oop doellyn voor hom. Dit is die verdediging wat nou bykom, maar dit is te laat en dis Jansen wat nog 'n 3 druk daar vir HTS. Drostdy, Rowan Jansen, goeie onderskep 3 daar. En dit is net asof die agterspeel van Stellenberg net nie aan die gang kan kom nie.
And we just spoke about how dangerous these back three were. And Rowan Jansen just proved us right yet again. That is every winger's dream try. He spotted, he knew that if he rushed the line and didn't get the ball, there was going to be a try. But instead of that, he turned it completely around on Stellenberg. And as you can see, going for the wide pass, and Jansen reading it beautifully. Grabbed it on the inside and made his way with no one out in front of him and finishes off wonderfully under the sticks.
Ja, en dit is natuurlijk die plaasvervanger skrimskakel Conradi en loskakel Hedlow wat ook op die veld verskyn het. En dit het natuurlijk ook een van die redes hoekom die agterlyn van hulle nie so lekker nou wil funksioneer nie. Maar goed gedoen daar deur die regterkantse vleuel Rowan Jansen om die bal te sien en dan die onderskep deur so te bewerkstellig. Die loskakel Baxter wat dan suksesvol is met hierdie doelskop en dit lyk of hulle weghardloop met hierdie wedstryd teen Stellenberg.
10 minutes to go and they're up 36-7. They've scored 3 unanswered converted tries this half and have been very clinical again. Even when put under pressure in their own 22, scoring intercept tries. This HTS Drostdy team look like they're going to be a really, really tough team to beat this year if this is how they start off in their first game. So we've had the restart, another high-hanging restart into the sun, forcing the knock-on. And actually offside, the man who caught it after the knock-on. So Stellenberg now have themselves some good field position.
Nog 'n geleentheid vir Stellenberg aan die om punte te kan inteken. Hulle is in 'n goeie posisie en dis die plaasvervanger loskakel Hedlow wat besluit om die kantlyn op te soek. En as hulle 'n goeie beweging hier van die lynstaan af kan voer, kan hulle punte aanteken en dit sal hulle gemoed baie goed doen.
And Stellenberg now will really want to make a dent now, put some points on the board and be clinical here with this line out. Cupido, he's had good line out throws thus far, finding the men in the middle, at the back. So let's see if they can get a move going off this line out.
Cupido wat die lyn gaan gooi. Van sy slotmaat, nou sit hulle wat vorentoe dryf Stellenberg. Maar die losgemaal wat afgesak word, nou sit die plaasvervanger loskakel wat die banne aangee vir sy binnesentermaat. Hy probeer by die verdediging kom. Hulle speel na regs, maar hulle hardloop skuins. Hulle kan net nie die verdediging van HTS deurbreek hier. Nou is hulle daar besig met die losgemaals. Plaasvervanger skrimskakel gee die bal uit. Weer eens word die bal aangeslaan aan die kontak, maar die skeieregter dui aan dat HTS is ontkant gewees, vinnige spel deur Stellenberg. Kan hulle oor daardie wit lyn kom? Word opgehou net so 'n meter weg van die doellyn af. Nou kom die bal uit daar so en die 3 word gedruk. Kom ons kyk wat sê die skeieregter. Hy dui aan die 3 word gedruk.
And that's a fantastic try by Stellenberg, showing great character. They knew that they were in the right field position and they wanted to get themselves back on the scoreboard.
Ons net kyk wie het die 3 gedruk op die kyk weer. En dit is nommer 22.
That's Hedlow, the HH man, Hedlow, coming off the bench to finish with, again, we've seen such great skill in the finishing of these tries today. It wasn't an easy try to finish, he had to bend and turn, but he did well to get that ball over the chalk.
Ek dink hulle sal baie goed voel oor hulle self, die feit dat hulle nou in die kwartgebied van HTS was en uiteindelik punte aangeteken het.
There's still 8 minutes left in this game. It's enough time for them to get two more tries on the board, which, if converted, can maybe get themselves, some fighting position going into the last place.
Ja, 2 verdoelde 3 sal die telling baie beter laat lyk. Maar ons moet sê dat HTS hierdie wedstryd sover oorheers. Goeie stukkie spelwerk daar van Stellenberg om punte aan te teken in die 22 van HTS. Spel wat begin word deur die losskakel Baxter. En lyk my die bal teruggewen na HTS. Swak fout daar van Stellenberg. Nou kom die bal uit na Baxter toe. Bal wat in die agterlyn afbeweeg, goeie breekslag. Daar deur die nommer 13, Christie Grobbelaar, kos 3 man om hom plat te trek. Dit is die onderkaptein Luciano Ellis wat vra vir die bal. Lyk of die bal afgeneem was deur Stellenberg. Hulle skuif hom uit na die buitekant toe. Dis die center, buitesenter Jackson. Kan hulle vinnige bal kry, plaasvervanger skrim, skakel Conradi. Gee die bal uit, nou sit Stellenberg wat bietjie spasie kry in die middelveld. Dis hulle voorspelers wat bietjie hardloop bal kry. Nou, het lyk of daar bietjie meer energie is by Stellenberg, maar weer eens die bal wat nie mooi skoon raak gevat word nie. Stellenberg nog steeds in besit. Voorspelers van Stellenberg sal wel kyk of hulle goeie vorentoe bal kan kry. Nou sit die agterspelers wat aansluit. Hy kom klop 2 manne daar so in 'n gaping in as hulle die bal vinnig beskikbaar kan speel. Hier kom Stellenberg weer eens. Hardloop in die verdediging in. Nou sit Conradi wat die bal soek. Hy kry vir Petersen. Petersen soek aansluiting. Kry dit in die vorm van die nommer 1 haker Jason Johnson. Nou sit Conradi weer eens. Hy gee 'n fop aan, kry aansluiting aan die binnekant van nommer 18 plaasvervanger Pinaar. Nou sit Stellenberg wat bietjie met meer urgency speel. En aan die buitekant Conradi wat die bal soek, hy kry dit vir Petersen, soek aansluiting, kry dit in die vorm van die nommer 5 slot, De Leeuw. Nou sit Stellenberg wat die bal sprei, nou sit die buitevleuel wat in aksie kom, maar die skeieregter wys uitgetrap. Nice bit of play there by Stellenberg.
And it's that man Manuel. Every time the ball gets onto the right-hand side of the field, he's causing absolute trouble for the defense from Drostdy.
But Andile, I must also say that it seems like the forwards has got more urgency and they want to get over that advantage line and laying the platform for the backs to work their way down the player field.
So incredible stuff by Stellenberg, showing some real fighting spirit here in the closing stages of this match. So Drostdy now got a defensive line out on their own 5.
Mooi gerank deur Drostdy, onderkaptein wat vir sy binnesenter kry. Die man is moeilik om grond toe te bring. Dit kos 3 man om grond toe te bring. Hy het mooi meters gevorder. Nou is dit die loskakel Baxter wat besluit om te skop. En hy vind die kantlyn. Goeie exit speel daar so deur Drostdy.
And not only just a great kick, if you saw there on screen as well, you would have seen Gelant chasing up as well. Drostdy is showing that they're also not out of this game. They're willing to fight just as much to hold on to this lead that they've got, this healthy lead that they've built up. And they're showing that they're also going to close off this game in some true and good style.
Ja, as Stellenberg nog net so 'n paar fases kan opsit en van daar af speel, sal dit goed wees vir die agterlyn om in die spel in te kom. Lynstaan wat gesteel word deur Drostdy. Word na binne gespeel. Nou sit die onder kaptein Elias wat die bal soek. Hy speel na links. Hierdie voorspelers wil gestop wees. Elias wat daar om die kort klein kantjie gaan. Kos weer 2 man om hom plat te trek. Nou sit die bal wat weer by HTS uitkom. 8ste man van HTS, CJ van Rensburg, die kaptein. Hy wen lekker meters. Skeieregter wat ander het vasgehou. Nou sit die Conradi skrimskakel van Stellenberg. Nommer 12 van Stellenberg wat baie gevaarlik is. Bosman. Conradi wat vra vir die bal, maar die skeieregter ry aan, hulle het vasgehou op die grond. Nou is dit weer HTS wat vinnig speel. Hy lyk of hy die bal in die kontak verloor het.
That was unfortunate. It was a great fend, but just couldn't struggle to get the ball into the right hand and fend at the same time, resulting in the knock-on there. But both sides showing, even as the clock winds down, that they want to play this game as quickly as possible.
Ja, ek moet sê vir die agterspelers van Stellenberg is Bosman die een wat vir my uitstaan. Hy het nou elke keer as hy aan die bal raak, kom hy deur die verdediging van HTS en is jammer dat hulle nie meer balbesit gekry het nie.
So we've got a scrum right here in the middle of the park. You can see it perfectly from our great seating position here up here in the commentary booth.
Die horlosie sê daar's 2 minute oor. Kom ons kyk of Stellenberg nog enige punte kan aanteken in hierdie 2 minute wat oor blywend is.
And it's the fly of Pegram, who's actually moved scrum half now, since utility back Nivan Peterson has come back and he's taken over the fly half role. So Pegram now will be the one to put the ball into the scrum. And another substitution to note is that Elias from Drostdy has been replaced by Justin Henning at the scrum half position. Elias had a fantastic game playing scrum half today.
Stellenberg, sterk in die kontak daar deur die nommer 5 slot. De Leeuw. Nou sit die plaasvervanger Hedlow wat sy storie moet ken, die verdediging van HTS wat sterk op hom is. Kan HTS hierdie bal weer terugwen? Stellenberg kom uit aan die kant van Stellenberg. Hierdie manne wat almal skuins hardloop en niemand in spasie sit nie, maar nou is dit die buite center.
And that's Hickley there, trying to beat 1 or 2 defenders, but being held up. So Pegram swings it out, well held on to there by the lock Cowley. Pegram now again, stringing it out to Manuel at first receiver.
Mooi stukkie werk daar deur die vleuel, Manuel. Maar dit is asof die agterspelers van Stellenberg net eenvoudig net die energie het en kreatiwiteit het om daar die verdediging van HTS te oorbrug nie.
As we go into the closing stages, time winding down now on the clock. Stellenberg still hold on to possession and want to get themselves one more try. Great defense there by Grobler. Jackson got ball in hand. Stellenberg, bolstering run there. Can he find numbers out? Bosman was on his outside, but he couldn't find him.
Goeie stukkie spelwerk hier van Stellenberg. Nou sit die bal wat eintlik uitkom daar na een van die groot voorspelers. Hy kom oor die voordeellyn. Kan hulle vinnige bal kry. En die skeieregter ry aan, hulle het geoortree op die grond. Nou is dit vinnig gespeel deur Stellenberg. Kan hy die bal uitkry na regs? Kan die bal deur die hande gaan, dan is dit gevaarlik. Verkeerde opsie wat uitgevoer word deur die spesifieke speler om kontak te vat. Hy moes net die bal aangeskuif het na die man wat in spasie was, dan was dit 'n versekerde 3. Maar nog steeds is dit Stellenberg. Sterk in die kontak, is dit die nommer 5 slot, De Leeuw.
Stellenberg has space outside now, if they can just get the ball out wide. They try that pass over the top again. Risky considering the last interception, but ball went to hand this time now. And Stellenberg have done really, really well to get themselves into this attacking position late on in the game. Will they have the last say in this match?
Die groot vraag wat ons onsself moet vra, waar was hierdie Stellenberg span die hele wedstryd?
And the ref calling them back now for a penalty again. So another opportunity for them to try and cross the line.
En die bal wat vinnig getik word daar deur die nommer 22, ons het nommer 20. Kom ons kyk wie is die 3 drukker.
I think it might be that man again, Hedley Hadlow.
En dit is Hedlow wat sy tweede 3 druk. Maar dit is amper 'n bietjie te laat vir hierdie Stellenberg span wat teruggeveg het hier in die laaste paar minute van hierdie wedstryd.
It's unfortunate that it's not a last try wins situation, because if it was for Stellenberg, they would have been happy with, the way they came back into this game at the end. But Drostdy with a very tidy finish to this game. So Hadlow here, confident in his tap and go, took on 2-3 defenders and finished nicely over the whitewash rather.
So ons wag nou net vir die doelskop en dit sal natuurlik dan die laaste beweging wees of die laaste aksie van hierdie wedstryd. Maar die tyd nou al by die horlosie uitgeloop het.
So this is now Nivan Peterson going for the kick, the last kick of the game. in what has been our first full game in the tournament today. And it's a beautiful kick, curling inside, but unfortunately not curling enough, just hitting the uprights as it was trying to make its way through. And that's the end of the game. Fantastic game by Drostdy and Stellenberg. Drostdy winning this one with some clinical rugby, some great finishes, a fantastic back three. I think my Liberty man of the match for this one, Virgil, I think he might agree with me, would go to Sean Baxter.
Yeah, the flyer.
Sean Baxter, the flyer, would be our Liberty man of the match. Did really well to control the game. I think special mention needs to go out to the back three as well.
Back three, Cohen Zasper, and then Rowan Jansen. Those three were deadly on the tick. And I think Stellenberg knew it every time when they kicked the ball in their half. And those guys on the attack, if you give them space, they will score tries against you. So well done to H.T.S, Drostdy, our victors between these two teams.
All right, ladies and gents, but don't stray too far from your seats as the final game is coming up soon. But for now, that's it from us, and we hope you guys enjoy the last game. Cheers.